40 years ago this week, Queen Elizabeth was right here. Behind me is Hermitage Farm off US 42 in Oldham County. She ate lunch right here and then looked over the horses on the farm. Tonight from the WHAS11 Vault, I'm taking you to this very week in 1986. The Queen touched down first in Lexington, and Kentucky loved every minute of her week-long visit. To applause, Queen Elizabeth launched her 5-day Kentucky visit, arriving in Lexington on Thursday, May 22nd. On the tarmac, the Queen greeted Kentucky Governor Martha Lane Collins, who was dressed in a green sports jacket. And the little girl on the runway, that's Tiffany Crawford. WHAS 11's Melissa Swan caught up with her after meeting the Queen.
I didn't know she would look that pretty.
So you were impressed with the Queen, huh?
Yeah.
What did you say to her?
All I said was welcome to Kentucky.
We enjoyed seeing her very much. I think it's wonderful that she comes to Kentucky to see us.
The next day, 40 years ago, the Queen made her visit to Oldham County's Hermitage Farm, about 35 minutes from downtown Louisville. The photos from Hermitage show her meeting the farm's owner, Warner Jones, also the chairman of Churchill Downs. The photos show her smiling and looking over the horses. The Queen owned 6 mares at different Kentucky farms. Here, dressed in blue, she looked over the mare named Christ Church in Versailles, where she stayed on the Farish family farm. She also asked to attend the Sunday church service at St. John's Episcopal in Versailles. Days in advance, they were scrubbing and sanding the rough pew where the Queen would sit. On Sunday, she arrived at the church. Large crowds gathered right outside in the rain. The service lasted for 1 hour, and she walked out afterward to greet the Episcopal Bishop, Don Wimberly.
She smiled some and laughed a little and told me that she had enjoyed very much what I had to say.
The following day on that Monday, the Queen boarded her jet from the Royal Air Force.
We'll just never forget her. No matter how long or where we live, we'll always remember the Queen.
Hermitage Farm is now a tourist attraction with a popular restaurant owned by Steve Wilson and Laura Lee Brown. They've saved it from development. They are still proud of that visit, offering what's called the Queen's Experience, a private tour of the historic home and a picnic right under the same tent where Queen Elizabeth sat. We'll be right back on Plus right after this.